New Zealand, one of the biggest mismatches we may well see at these Commonwealth Games. This is the New Zealand team that Gordon Titchens is starting with. Captain DJ Forbes amongst those who are being rested, perhaps for bigger things tomorrow. Maybe we'll see Forbes before the end of this match. Up against Barbados, unexpected opportunity to join the party when Nigeria pulled out of the draw. They had originally fallen one place short of the qualifying criteria under their own steam, but they're grateful for a second chance, although how grateful they are about to face the... They'd rather be facing a bunch of bananas, I suspect, but sadly they're not. They're facing New Zealand. However, looking positively, what a magnificent opportunity for Barbados to do something that will, I don't know, live in their memory forever, I guess. Simon, they might not win, but they'll remember this moment forever.
Well, of course they will. And, you know, we can go back, we said in 15s, don't we, that I can recall a game in France 2007 World Cup. Portugal played against the All Blacks in Lyon and scoring a try. And that there is a victory in itself today against this New Zealand side, which has been the, you know, obviously set the standard in sevens rugby, not only sevens, but possibly 15s worldwide. And it's that's your benchmark now today. A victory for Barbados, well, I can't see that happening. A try, why not? And I tell you what, if they score it, the noise in this place will be unbelievable.
And we have a Scot in charge, James Matthew, for Barbados against New Zealand in Pool A. New Zealand win, they'll be absolutely sure of topping their pool, and it's a fairly small if. I think we're all going to sit back and enjoy this and see what unfolds over the next quarter of an hour or so.
Counter ruck's good.
Ball away quickly by Sam Dixon. Picked up, however, by Phil Lucas, who plays for Guildford in England. He's the captain of this Barbados team. Driven forward by Nico Blunt, taken on by, again, Lucas.
Hold. Stay.
Oh, listen to this. Already, listen to this.
That's an outstanding opening minute for Barbados. Unfortunately, there's 13 still to go, but they've done very well
so far. So good, yeah.
Oh, very good. Playing with the endeavour, trying to take it on, not being overawed by the colour of the shirts in front of them, which can often happen to some of these teams.
Barbados, a mix of home-based Bajans and British-based ones as well, who've travelled from all points, north, east, south, west, to meet up for training sessions over the last few months. Barbados Brits play occasionally under the banner of the Flying Fish, which is a magnificently named team and one we'd all be happy to play for.
Straight out the tunnel, reset.
New Zealand, as we know, they've written the book on how to play this game in recent years. Nigh on unbeatable when it's come to the big moments in sevens. IRB World Series champions a dozen times now in the last 15 years. Confirmed their 12th title at Twickenham in May. Eyes once again on Commonwealth gold here. And this might be the first time that Barbados beach wall is breached. And it's Declan O'Donnell, Waikato and the Chiefs, who has New Zealand's first try.
Well, Sean Moore doing very well on the outside here, just drifting away before the pass is given to him. His defender not keeping an eye on him, guilty of ball watching on that occasion. And there's the run in from 50 metres out straight away. First touchdown for New Zealand. Too easy, far too easy, but you'd expect nothing less from this New Zealand side with the quality, their ability to pass, keep the ball in front, and then the little shifts that they make while the ball is in the air to get outside their defender. A couple of rabbit ears there from Declan O'Donnell, the try scorer.
Gilles Kaka will get New Zealand back underway.
Played by Blue, play on, off the leg, off the leg.
Off the legs of
play on.
Lucas. Flipped up by O'Donnell. And once again, there are a number of black shirts that were offering themselves on the left-hand side, but Joe Webber didn't need any of them, and New Zealand in quick succession as the rain begins to fall here in Glasgow have a second try.
Switcher player running across field, straight at the line. Joe Webber does have exceptional feet, very well known on the circuit and throughout the rugby through the 15s world. Also wonderful feet, very quick athlete, very well taken try. Disjointed defensive line, it's the way to attack it from Joe Webber, giving you a perfect example there.
Well, I guess if you live in a tropical environment, as Glasgow has been in recent times, you expect a little bit of rain every now and again. It's been largely kind to us today, though. It
was forecast to come in earlier, wasn't it? And thankfully it's coming a touch later.
Offside.
Forecast to come in big time. It's not too disruptive, this weather, and the skies are bright enough around the southwest of Glasgow at the moment, so hopefully this is just a passing storm. Cooled the players off anyway. It has been one of the chillier days in Scotland over the last week. New Zealand just beginning to warm up here, however. Canterbury's Sam Dixon with the third, and at the moment Barbados are holding on by their fingernails here. Every time New Zealand get the ball, they score.
Set piece, one pass, two pass, slightly drifting across, one player running straight, and I'm not sure how committed Barbados are to the tackle in this situation. Here are we, gaping hole, just running straight, all too easy. This is this is training run stuff going on out here, and dare I say it, an unopposed training run by the looks of that one, the way they left the hole for him to run into there. But Dixon just picking the line, running straight, all very easy. Coach Titchens, he knows there is a lot tougher stuff to come in this competition as yet.
New Zealand beating Canada 39-0 at the start of the day. They had a little bit of a scare against Scotland, 17-14. Lost Tim Mickelson to a late yellow card. They weren't exactly hanging on, but it was closer than it might have been. However, I suspect the grandstand finish we had at the start of that match is not going to occur here. Another New Zealand try, another one for Webber.
Little hitch kick there, too good through the line, just way too easy.
What did we learn on this opening day, Simon? We've still got some big games to come. Wales against Samoa, England against Australia, but has anyone made a move yet for your liking?
Well, I think that the powerful nations that we expected to be there are there, and they're looking very good. I'm impressed by the physical state of these teams. They're looking outstanding for them. England, to me, look very good. South Africa as well. They've been impressive so far, and everyone's coming through it unscathed at the moment. No injuries to speak of. We've got Australia. We'll see them later on tonight in a big game. But you know, there's a lot to admire about the top nations, and they're all performing well, aren't they? And but I guess the gulf between the top nations and the minnows, if you like, is just way too big, isn't it? And it's not making for exciting competitive rugby, but Warner's just setting things up very nicely for tomorrow, and I think everyone will be keeping an eye on what the opposition are up to as we see Stowers go through. We've seen this often from him today. That's the easy jog in for him. Everyone we expected to be there, well, they are there, performing well. Sure, we've seen spirited displays from the minor nations, if you like, but absolutely no surprises at this stage as the way the competition's playing out.
Half time. 5 tries. New Zealand 35, Barbados 0. A little bit of eavesdropping if we can. Let's go to have a listen to Joe Whipple, the Barbados coach, see if we can pick any of this up.
We're thinking off. We're not thinking of long points. If we make some catch like that, we're going to get a little runner in there, right? Don't sit off. Get a little runner in there. Right? Just not going to contact. Is that all right? 2 or 3 guys there ready for you if you need to. There's no one there. Just shoot up and get there. Push yourself. 7 minutes. Come on. Good job.
Gordon Titchinson from what I can make out, talking about shooting up in the defensive line and really trying to put them under pressure, realising no one there, that there's nothing in behind, there's no depth about the attack and opposite them. Get up and get pressure on the ball. He'll be driving his guys on. He'll be asking for at least a score to be doubled. Barbados, well, I couldn't quite work out what Joe Chaplin would be trying to say to his guys, but 7 minutes is an awful long time in this game. All the best, fellas.
Yeah. I mention it just for reference, really, but the record ever win in the Commonwealth Games belongs to Samoa, Kuala Lumpur, back in 1998. They played Trinidad and Tobago and won 85-0 that day. That's the reference point.
That's incredible going, isn't it? To score at some rate, that is.
New Zealand need another 50 in this remaining 7 minutes if they're to match that. New Zealand playing with the advantage. Not going to hang around to score their next try. Real turn of pace again from O'Donnell, who will score his second try of this match. New Zealand up to half a dozen now.
Stow is doing well. Turned the defender just on his inside, was aware of the outside defender, the chasing man coming back there and cover Bain Charles, and he wasn't able to do anything. Got turned inside out by Stowers, and then he just fed it to the speedster O'Donnell. Looked very sharp today. Finished that one extremely well also. They're in a rush to get things moving here in New Zealand. Quickly back to the halfway line and back on with the game.
Again, it's Gillis Kaka who has the responsibility of doing that. Relatively comfortable take. Penalty for the tackle.
9. Hold. Listen to me, please. Listen to me, please. If you take him into the air, you must be careful putting him down. Take 10 metres. Yes.
The point that Sherwin Stowers was trying to make was that tough when the bloke you're tackling jumps into you. But anyway, on we go.
Backwards. Ruck, no hands.
Let's see if we see some pressure here from the New Zealand defensive line. Are they going to really get up and try and put them under pressure here and force that turnover? Gee, big double tackle there. You want to be careful when you lift the guy's legs. Okay, he was dropped on his back. That's needless play. There's going to be yellow card for it. Even though, well, the legs went through horizontal, which can often be deceptive. May felt to be a tough call, but there's no need for that type of tackle. And we know that everybody in the game is very conscious of the danger and the dangerous position we're putting the player into there. We'll just have a look at this one here.
12, 9, 10, 8.
Comes in low, sits in a really good tackle position. There is no need to drive that tackle through, and that is a very fair yellow card on Sam Dixon. He'd be disappointed when he's seen that on the big screen.
Phil Lucas is he's fine. He's back on his feet. Barbados have made 4 substitutions, though. Some fresh legs, fresh lungs.
Vantage over.
Kaka on his bike, on his way to the try line, and scores his first try here at these Glasgow Commonwealth Games. New Zealand now has 7.
As soon as the play gets disjointed, Barbados get lost defensively. They had 3 players drifting out to cover one player on the New Zealand side on the outside.
10 seconds.
Kaka are able to see the space. The players drifted off him. He just powered through it. Straight run in.
Tim Mickelson's yellow card late on against Scotland made life unnecessarily tricky for them in that previous match. You imagine that Sam Dixon's yellow card would just be a little bit of annoyance, really, and clearly affect the outcome of this match.
Well, we just know the pressure that, in the game of 15s, the game of 7s even more so. It's highlighted the numerical difference, albeit for 2 minutes. Okay, New Zealand make a mockery of that by scoring at the other end, but when you're faced up with the likes of the quality opposition here at this tournament tomorrow, that could be very costly. And I'm sure the discipline issues will be addressed there by the coaching staff. And there we go, straight from the kick-off.
Scott Curry. There is no simpler way of scoring a try.
Certainly not. The ball's up in the air. You've got to get underneath it, the boys from Barbados. You've got to claim it. You can't leave too much space, and they've done that. They've set their lifting block 15 metres in from touch. Kaka identified that straight away. That's not luck, that's pre-planned. sighted the space, kicked into it. Well played. Gilles Kaka, well done.
Really, really clever. Well, I don't know whether they might have half an eye on this record.
Time,
They need another 33 points in 3 minutes. It'll be going some.
It'll be going tremendously well.
Time on.
And the man who's sat out the last couple of minutes is now back on, and Sam Dixon chasing this ball, and he rose splendidly.
Advantage.
O'Donnell's pass was not sympathetic.
No advantage
Hint
coming.
of a Bajan attack. Gets everyone off their feet at
No
Ibrox.
advantage coming. Lost forward black. Scrum.
Incredible
Blue.
athleticism there by Sam Dixon up in the air, wasn't it? And great technique on the ground as well. Realised that he could try to get back to his feet as the crowd comes alive. See if they can make something happen here.
Crouch. Bang.
Well, it's not been easy in the build-up for Barbados. I think 2 halves of the squad separated by 4,000 odd miles, the distance between the Caribbean and the UK. So they've been keeping in touch via email, Skype,
Play on.
various other electronic gadgetry to make sure that everyone's been training properly.
It looks like they've been doing some of their trainings over Skype as well, by the looks of it, dare I say it. But no, we can't be harsh against it. It must be extremely tough logistically to try and assemble a team of this nature and then come up against one of the best sides in the world in this form of the game. And, well, it should be easy pickings down the sideline here. Well, it should be.
Yeah, it's Ioane running into space and running out of space, and he doesn't quite, or does he have the power? No, he's eventually hauled down by a couple of Bajans, much to the delight of those inside Ibrox, and it's another enormous crowd closing in on 50,000 this Saturday evening in Govan, southwest of the city, south of the River Clyde. And there's plenty of space out to the left-hand side if Stowers wanted to use it, but he thought, no point. Let's score a second myself.
Well, I think they'll be very happy with New Zealand to get through this one. Kept their wit about it. Too easy here. Stowers sees a mismatch in English, just not shifting off at all. And there he goes, straight in for the try. Had the player outside him as well. Up to 59. Represents a good evening's work for the New Zealand side.
Doesn't represent a Commonwealth Games record-breaking score, however, so Barbados will be able to sleep easy this evening, and I suspect they will not find sleep tough to come by. They'll be exhausted at the end of all this. Into the final half a minute.
Forward into touch. Option. Line out called.
Barbados will play the Cook Islands, by the way, in the bowl tomorrow. Bajans against the Cookies.
The Cook Islands seem to have a lot more organisation and things about them, don't they? I think it's going to be a tough day tomorrow for them also. But let's see if they can generate something from this line-out. Let's see if they can win the line-out firstly.
It was Sean Ward. Barbados, is this to be one of the greatest moments of their rugby lives? Can they score? Here goes Jai Bowen. Oh, they're on the way. Up to halfway with Dario Stout. Now, quick ball. 1 or 2 Hail Marys and a prayer to the Almighty, perhaps.
Tackle.
I don't think New Zealand are in the mood to give them anything, however. I think we know what the bulk of those inside Ibrox would like to see. It's a try, however, much shorter odds that the try will come from the men in black. Time's up, ball knocked on.
Lots forwards. Time there.
And that brings proceedings to a close. New Zealand beating Barbados by 59 points to 0. The result we expected, but well, Barbados can go to sleep on that, knowing that they ran their socks off and were a long way from humiliated by the best team in the world at the moment.
Well, they certainly tried their best, didn't they? And, you know, that's what it's about for them. It's all about experience, exposure on the world stage. And one way to improve is to pit yourself against the best. And for Barbados, tough one for New Zealand. The machine keeps on rolling.
Yes, there's an old Bajan proverb that says, it don't take a big axe to cut down a big tree. However, the New Zealand tree was just a little bit too big, and they